Cyber fraud gaps are leaving APAC firms exposed. 67% of leaders report delayed breach notifications, and 83% cite no real-time integration between teams. Joining us to unpack this is Aditi Soni from Mastercard. Aditi, why are breach notifications are still delayed despite the availability of advanced tools?
The challenge is that even though tools exist, visibility is very fragmented. Firstly, cybersecurity isn't something which one organization can be responsible for themselves. Breaches happen across the ecosystem, and we're only as secure as our weakest link. So firstly, that ecosystem security is really important. Secondly, even within an organization, cyber and fraud teams today don't have alerts flowing quickly within themselves, and hence breaches are identified only after fraud losses begin. In fact, that's where we've seen through tests of our Mastercard threat intelligence solution, where we're actually bringing data to cyber and fraud teams. We've seen that you've been able to take down malicious domains, e-commerce sites, and protect up to 55 million in fraud losses in our test period by bringing that kind of real-time data to identify breaches.
Now, what factors contribute to the lack of real-time integration between cyber and fraud teams?
The biggest challenge is coordination. So today, cyber and fraud teams often sit in different systems, they have different KPIs, different reporting lines. Cyber teams are very focused on protection, fraud teams very much also on loss recovery. And often it is, even as they have started to interact, it's that quick flow of information that doesn't exist today. You don't have integrated dashboards and orchestration layer where cyber teams can provide, targeted insights to fraud teams. And that's the biggest challenge that we see. So with tools like Mastercard Threat Intelligence, for example, we're bringing that language where both cyber and fraud teams in an organization can get real-time alerts, whether it is on card testing attacks, skimming instances, etc., and act on it proactively before losses occur.
Can you also share with us in what ways can organizations overcome these critical cybersecurity gaps?
Integration is really the new intelligence that organizations need to adapt. In the world today with AI, we're seeing cyber threat actors more powerful than before. And so you need cybersecurity to be running in the background, seamless, but touching every interaction, not just protecting the transaction. Because today, fraud isn't where it starts. It's really upstream where there's cyber activity that's happening, which is causing these downstream fraud losses. So organizations need a unified threat model. They need to invest in proactive defenses, real-time intelligence. And so that's where solutions like Mastercard Threat Intelligence come in, which actually alert your teams to cards being tested, digital skimming activity, risky merchants, and allow both cyber and fraud teams to see these alerts and take action before it happens. As we look to 2030, you're going to have more than 40 billion devices and agents all connected, a large digital attack surface. So it's going to be key more than ever to have this always-on cybersecurity in the background and proactive defenses.
Thank you so much for sharing your insights with us, Aditi.
Thank you.
Again, that was Aditi Soni, Senior Vice President for Security Solutions Asia Pacific at Mastercard. For more news, please visit asianbusinessreview.com.